All right. So today on Tiny Torch TV, we're going to talk about how do you manage a website and a YouTube channel and all your social media channels, because that seems like it's a lot to direct people to, and between Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, no one uses Vine anymore, I assume.
R.I.P. Vine.
All right, and we'll start with you, Ariel. And do you want to talk about how do you manage that?
Okay, so I have a blog as well as a YouTube channel because I started off as a fashion blogger. So I considered when I first started YouTube, because it was a lot to juggle, I considered stopping blogging altogether and being just putting away my website and just focusing on YouTube. But a colleague of mine told me don't do that, because having a website is it's a good supplementary tool for your channel. For things that you can't get on your video, you can use your website to host things on there, like giveaways or more detailed instructions on DIYs or et cetera, et cetera. So mostly now, if it's not like a fashion blog post, then I use my my website to either host the giveaway widget that I'm doing on my YouTube channel, or help promote my video to my audience on my blog, because I feel like I have a separate audience of my blog audience and my YouTube audience, so just kind of cross promoting that. And then as for my social media channels, I make sure that I promote the heck out of my video, new video up, because I feel like a lot of people, you have a different, usually it's the same group of people across your social medias, but sometimes people only follow your Twitter or are interested in your Instagram. So just being consistent in promoting your video that you just put out on all your social media channels is very important, because it helps it get out there, helps it get views, and then that way people can also share that specific post on on Twitter or Facebook and help help promote your video on different social media channels.
Perfect. Thanks. Rebecca, do you find you do the same thing as Ariel, or how do you manage it?
So at the end of each of my videos, I say, make sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And check over here if you want to see the beach house, because we have another channel too. And then click over here if you want to see an older Pins and Things video that relates to whatever one we're doing for that week. But yeah, just using YouTube to promote Facebook and using Facebook to promote YouTube, and
a lot of cross promoting.
Yeah, just a lot of cross promoting. Yeah, definitely a lot of cross promoting. And I mean, does that answer the question?
Do you put the same footer at the end of every YouTube video, or is it different to still get people to watch it, or?
We put the same one at the end of every video, but so it's kind of just a still screen, and then we have a smaller video inside of that still screen. So we've got little pictures of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, their logos, and then we've just got our little video that's me talking and saying, click over here and everything's easy, and doing all of that. And
is that you different every time?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. It's not the same every time, because usually if I'm saying, hey, click over here, it's harder to be as personal, and people do click away, right? If they know it's going to be the same every time, it's like watching a TV show and watching the end credits.
It's like a little bonus at the end.
You don't really watch the end credits. Yeah, it's more of a bonus. In fact, sometimes I'll even put bloopers after that, so they'll have to stay all the way through the boring part. But it's also
great idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put bloopers at the end of the talking part.
It really does.
That's a great idea.
It does.
I should read Laffy Taffy jokes at the end of this.
At the end of the podcast. Now that you listen through all of us, Laffy Taffy.
And then it really helps to have the little video inset within the screen at the end, just so I can be it's different every single time. So I'm make sure to click over here where you can see the behind the scenes of how we made this specific video on the beach house, and click over here if you want to see another Easter video, my how to make an Easter cake or something like that. So I don't know, it's more personal. Whenever it can be more personal, more people will stay and they'll watch, and because they know that they can expect something different. It's like when you watch the Simpsons intro just to watch the intro to the show, because it's different every time.
So, Rebecca, would it be a good idea or a bad idea? Let's say you own Rebecca. You don't have a website, but say you had Rebecca.com/social and you had all your social links there. Would that be an easier way to say, this is how to find me, however you want to follow me, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube or my other YouTube channel?
I'm not sure if it would be easier.
Would we get
Just
a higher
less-
conversion, or do you think that's
Not sure.
'Cause that'd be
but
easier
just
for
'cause
you,
I haven't
maybe.
done it.
As opposed to just putting in the description box. Is
Yeah,
that what
instead
you
of
mean?
having all these different links, here's my Twitter, here's
Oh,
my
yeah.
like for myself right now, I'm building my own personal blog, and because I have like Mr. Bradshaw on Snapchat, but like on Instagram it's Mr. John Bradshaw, and then it's like, well, how do I tell people how to spell John without an H?
So
So I just said go to mrbradshaw.com/social, and that's
Oh,
and then
and then
all
you'll
the
find
links
everything.
are there.
I think that could be good and it could be bad because like it's shooting them in one direction where they can find everything they need, but it's so much more personal if you can be like, follow me here and here and here, and this is where I don't know. It's helpful for us too because not only do we put like the clickable links where they can click, but also in the description below, so that like if they're watching on their phone and it's not clickable, or if they're watching on some other device like the TV or something and it's not clickable, then they can go to each different link in the description below. So I'm not quite sure which would work best, but I just think as long as you have as long as you're just promoting the heck out of everything you have everywhere you can, that's the best you can do.
Do you find it's challenging if you have, like, say your YouTube handle that you use is different on Instagram and different from Snapchat? Like, do you have different like handles on each channel?
I do. And sometimes it's not good because we'll be introduced as like, here's Beach House Vlogs, when our channel is actually the Beach House. But that was taken. So we had Beach House Vlogs as our, Instagram handle. And so just depends, I guess. It's harder for people to find if it's different than what you have as your YouTube channel when it's on a different media. But as long as you link it and do as much linking as you can and promoting.
It's like a full-time job linking.
Yeah.
Oh my
well,
goodness,
yeah.
yes. Social media
And
takes
actually-
so much more work than you think.
Yeah, actually, and we've talked about this. We talked about this the other night where it's almost like you could have a whole nother person doing all of the social media for you, promoting you
I
here
know,
and
yeah.
here and here and here and here.
I know bloggers who have like assistants who just do the social media work
And
for
I've,
them.
I've had
Yeah.
I've had interns do it for me because it just takes. Sometimes I've had points I've had two people do it for me, and actually, and neither do I have a ton of money to pay them. I've worked through universities and worked through unpaid interns, and there's a lot of people out there who they're studying social media and they want to do that, and so that's been really helpful.
That's
but yeah,
good.
it's
I'm
a
glad
lot of
you're
work.
here so I can
Someone
learn
work
from
for me
you.
for free.
No, but the way that, or I
Yeah,
don't
go
know.
ahead, you're next. So.
I don't know. I
ahead,
wanted to
I'm
like
done.
step. But the way that I view social media, because I think for me one of the biggest things I'm trying really hard to become like a social media influencer. So there's got to be following almost everywhere they go. But sometimes it's overwhelming. It's like, well, I have Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. So where do I send them and what's the most important? And so I think the way that I view it is just determining, okay, what is most important for me? So I kind of see it like a. Let's see, maybe an onion. I don't know how appeasing that is. But imagine like an onion that maybe peels 3 times. I think my outer layer would be how people can discover me. And I think you're really discoverable on Instagram and on Facebook, right? It's really easy to discover new content on both of those platforms. Versus like YouTube, you usually go to YouTube to search and find somebody, not so much to browse through a lot of different content. So I think my outer layer is like, okay, how are ways that I can get discovered and where do I want to send them? So anything that's on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat, I'm trying to send them to my YouTube channel, right? Because I'm trying, you want subscribers, right? So I send them to YouTube, and then if they really like my channel, then I try and hope to send them to Patreon. So that way I create this community and it fosters a way for me to be able to continue to give content. I'm getting paid for those content. So I think for me, it's like just kind of prioritizing what's most important and how do I want to send them there. And I think another thing is just learning how to send them there too. And I think Sean Duras, he teaches some incredible classes about this. But basically, you don't want to just say, follow me on Snapchat or sometimes you do and it works really well, but sometimes people get annoyed. If you know what I mean? I feel like it really depends on
Because
your
everybody
channel.
says, follow me here, follow
Right.
me here, follow me
Don't
here.
forget to subscribe,
But to
and-
give a reason, right?
Yeah, but maybe to give a reason. I think, like, for example, on Facebook, sometimes I'll post just a part of the music video and say full videos on YouTube. And then they have to go to YouTube, but you have to be careful because you don't want to post YouTube links because Facebook doesn't like that. You have to be aware of all the algorithms. But if you're aware of the algorithms and if you can find ways to send them, like for example, Instagram is great, link in bio for the new video, and it sends people to YouTube, and I can see directly those stats of how many people are coming from my Instagram to YouTube. So anyways, I think just kind of determining what's my priority and how can I creatively get them there.
Got it. Do you want to explain what it means that Facebook doesn't like YouTube links and why?
No, goodness.
They've had a feud, and they just, I'm not sure why.
They're not friends anymore.
They're just not friends.
They broke up.
I think it's because both of them make money by having people on their site, right? And when you have them working so closely together, they're losing money because they're sending each other to each other's sites. I don't know. It's the biggest collaboration ever. That's how they should look at it, but they don't.
Yeah.
I guess the more time you're on Facebook, the more money Facebook makes, right?
Basically,
try
yeah.
to maximize that.
And so when you click on a YouTube video, it will take you to YouTube, and then you're not on Facebook anymore giving them money.
So Facebook will actually de-promote. Is that a word?
Yeah,
But
basically they won't push it.
They won't push your post.
Yeah, I've noticed like posts where I just only put the YouTube link like performs so like way worse than like posting a picture and the link.
Do you put the YouTube link in the first comment? Just say the links in the first comment?
That too.
Sometimes that can hurt you still. I mean, it's better.
Yeah,
but sometimes it
it's
can still
better,
hurt you.
but like I don't
So,
know.
with all of our three heads combined, what would be the optimal post on Facebook for a YouTube video to promote it?
For my channel, I post maybe 30 seconds or a minute of my video, and I say it's on YouTube, and they know how and it's on YouTube under Nadia Christine, and they have to go and find it. But I give them a good enough reason to find it. If they liked or really enjoyed the first minute of that music video and really want to finish watching it, then they'll go and find it. Versus, I don't know. I've just been
And
told
you just
by
put
other
the
people.
link right next to it as close as you can?
I
or-
used to, but I was told by other mentors and I don't know. I've been told by several people don't. And maybe might be only for music videos, but I've been told several times do not post the link anywhere.
So where do you put it? Like
I just tell them it's on YouTube. It's released on YouTube, and usually my followers know like where the YouTube chat. Maybe it helps because my name on Facebook is exactly the same on YouTube, and so that might be a help. Like all the handles are the same, just because I have a really weird last name, which can be difficult too. So there's pros and cons to it all. But yeah, I post a good enough reason for them to just go and find me there. But that's for my channel. I don't know about other.
Okay. Because I feel like for us, it would be a still picture of exactly what we're, just exactly what we made, and then a link in, not even in like the first comment, but actually as the description of the picture. And then another way when we don't have enough time, it's better than nothing, is just to share the link of the video and be like, have a little description and just share the link of the video. And I know it doesn't get pushed as well, and it's probably not the optimal, situation for it, but it's better than nothing.
What if you created a blog and you had the blog post has the video, and so you're just
That would be a good
doing
question
the
for her.
link? So you're linking to your blog, and then it just has the video really clear.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it hasn't really performed that well, just because when people go to my blog, they expect to see fashion posts and like those instead of watching my videos.
What if you said watch my video and it was a link to your
I
blog?
actually haven't tried that. That's a good idea. Maybe I should do that next time.
When you do, let us know.
I will let you know.
You could use
That's a
something
great
like maybe
idea.
like lead pages. If you don't have a blog, you could just
Yeah,
say, here's
yeah.
my video here, subscribe with all that
Yeah,
kind
well,
of stuff.
on my website, I actually can do like a forwarding thing where like it will be my URL, but then I can make it go to.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
So I would.
That's really technical.
Yeah,
The other,
but I could do that.
the other thing is that Facebook just doesn't like you. I mean, they don't like it when you take them off Facebook at all.
No, they just don't
usually,
like links in general.
right? I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
But I think they especially have something
with
to do with
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
So I think it probably helps not to go to YouTube.
I could try that though, and
And let us know how
you
it
guys
goes.
know. Yeah.
We'll do a follow up.
Stay tuned.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Is there any other questions you'd like to add or insights you'd like to share with the audience?
So I guess there's another way. You were kind of touching on this where you actually upload your video to Facebook. And I think for our situation where we make the bulk of our money on YouTube, it's hard to be like, well, why would we put it up on Facebook when there's no way for us to make money on that? And it might also just explode and we get nothing out of it. But it's really, what are you looking for? Because if you're looking for money, then you need to be in it for YouTube. But if you're looking to get discovered like you, then putting up a video on Facebook would be really, really helpful, especially if you could direct them to your YouTube channel.
That is an excellent point, because for for me in the beginning, I was doing exactly what I was just telling you guys. I was doing 1 minute and trying to send everybody to YouTube. But after working with a few marketing mentors, they said, Nadia, what do you want right now? Do you want brand awareness or do you just want to grow the channel? And I mean, do you want people to know about you first? And and brand awareness happens so much faster over Facebook than it does over YouTube. And so I've diversified the revenue streams. It's not even like I'm making a ton of money off of YouTube. It's through other streams like Patreon and public speaking and performances and things like that. And so we decided, okay, let's focus our efforts on Facebook so that way there is brand awareness. And my videos and brand awareness has grown so much further than it would have had I just working on solely on YouTube. And so I think, but obviously, like you said, I think there's a point we have to determine, okay, for how long do I want to grow on YouTube, or how long do I want to grow on Facebook for brand awareness? And then at what point do I switch over to grow my channel? And I think that really also depends on like what type of channel you have too. So
this is an interesting subject that I feel like I could talk a long time. But one last thing that I could add is each of these medias are so different. And like you kind of need all of them to really grow optimally, right? So like Facebook, it's hard because you're not making money off of it, but if you have a page or something that's representing your YouTube channel, then you want that to grow, right? Because that's giving people awareness. And then, so for YouTube, like you can't really get tons of new people as fast as like Facebook you would. And then like I've heard on Facebook pages that if you have a brand or something that you're wanting to push, sometimes it's like the collaboration on Facebook is so different than YouTube. So like Facebook, there is a collaboration there, and it's to share other people's things that can relate to kind of what you're doing on your page. So you can be like, oh my goodness, I just saw this blogger who did this amazing Easter cake, right? And it's not what you did, and it's not anything promoting yourself, but they're like, oh, that's a good idea. And I think I want to follow this page because it talks more than like just about themselves all the time. And so I've heard that really helps to promote a Facebook page, but it's just hard because there's so many ways to promote. It's almost like a different class for each, media.
Each one of them is so different.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, perfect. Well, thank you for sharing your insights and wisdom. And on the next video tomorrow, we'll talk about how to get your content discovered on YouTube search and on Google search. And we'll see you then.